Let me start with, and I want to quote your novel.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
It's a good...
Please, that has nothing to do with it.
Well, you know what? Because I think it might. And here it is. This is from the Deep Wetses. And the main character says, think of it as anthropology. Think of it as a window into another world. Can't that apply to the outsiders?
It sure can. He's got you there.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, that is what it is. I mean, it's another world that we created. It's a made up anthropology, and that was kind of the inspiration for it. Was to make up a world and then like really focus in on all the little details of that made up world.
There is some excellent writing in this premiere episode, and I can't wait to see the following episodes and wait to see it get picked up. It is to a degree surreal, yet you can really connect to it, and it reminded me of work of Ray Bradbury, Stephen King, Lord of the Rings. It can be surreal, yet it's socially relevant. What is the spine of the story of Outsiders? What does it tell us about the way we are today?
Well, there's a lot of different things. You know, I think the spine that we're following is there's this family that's been on the top of that mountain for 200 plus years, and they're being threatened by the outside. And what ultimately will do them in? Will it be this outside threat, or will it be threats from their own family? So we're following that. But then there are such big things about nature and about technology, about money, about capitalism. There's a lot. It's typical lefty commie Hollywood fare is pretty much what we're making.
What we're selling here.
Exactly.
The Sheriff Wade, to me, is almost like a working class voice of reason, where there's like a faction of corporate greed in there, and he's saying, look, they have been on that mountain with no money, no microwave, no convenience store, yet they've managed to survive and remain a family. Is he like a voice of reason, Sheriff Wade?
Yeah, I mean, I think that he's between a rock and a hard place. And on the one hand, he has a job to do. The Farrells don't own the land that they live on. It's owned by this energy company that wants to mine it so that we can all have lights for our televisions, and that's so people in that region can have jobs. And on the other hand, he knows that they're kind of a dangerous bunch, and you don't really want to mess with them. They tried before, and it didn't go well, and he's the last person on Earth that wants to get involved in that. So, yeah, that's the story we'll follow for his character over the season.
Now, Mr. Tolan, you were part of the production team for Murphy Brown.
Oh, wow.
You're
going to his novel and me, Murphy Brown. What the hell, Larry? I want to talk about your report card from nursery school, okay? I'm going to go all the way
I was going to
back.
say, you've spent too much time on the internet.
I'm going to get you.
Not just
Murphy
the internet.
Brown.
I remember the old days of TV when they were in big boxes.
Sure.
Okay, so my point is you were dealing with one of the senior 3 networks. That was on CBS.
Yes.
Could you, at that time, have gotten a green light to do a project like Outsiders the way you wanted to?
No. And forget about then. How about now? No. It could not happen. It would not happen now. This really is the product of, there are two things at work here. WGN America is really, I think, trying to branch out. They're really trying to establish, they only have a couple of shows. So they're obviously looking to establish themselves with more product. So there's one thing. And the second thing is we're living in this time where there's so many things to choose from that you got to start taking big swings like this to cut through the clutter of what's available. And I think this show does it. I think it's so different that it's going to have that impact.
Do you agree?
No. Not at all. Yes, of course I agree. Of course.
Is this one of your first forays into TV, or?
I've written some projects before, but this is the first thing that I've ever done that is making the air. Yeah.
And with the experience that you've had so far, would you do other projects? Has it inspired you to move further into TV?
Well, I can't even think about that right now because we're just in the thick of this thing. But if I do another project on TV, it's just going to be like 3 characters in a hotel room trying to get out and just talking, saying funny things.
I don't know how I ended up on this show because after Rescue Me, shooting in New York, outside, cold, hot, in fire, smoke, and everything like that, I said my next show is going to be about an agoraphobic Park Avenue family. Yeah. The lovely apartment, tall ceiling, they never leave. That's it. Now I'm in Pittsburgh. How did that happen?